Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Amazing Mindset chat room. And I'm absolutely delighted today to have with me in the chat room a guy called Harry Glasson. And Harry's down in Cornwall. And the reason I've got Harry on is because Harry is, well, he's become kind of famous in Cornwall as a singer-songwriter. So because Harry wrote a song called Cornwall My Home. And Cornwall My Home has become like the anthem in Cornwall, and it's kind of taken over from Trelawney. I think he was the song. The Trelawney song was the big one, and so I'm absolutely delighted to have the songwriter with me here, Mr. Harry Glasson. Harry, welcome to the chat room.
Lovely to meet you. And after hearing you sing it so well, anyway.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I love a compliment to get me going. Yeah, it's quite interesting actually, because the reason I've got in touch with Harry at all is because I sang his song at La Torre del Mirador where I work, and there was a lady who was videoing me singing it, and she knows Harry, sent it to Harry, and the rest is history. He's got back to me, and we've started having a chat and stuff, and I'm fascinated to know, Harry. We won't go into your too much of your career as a singer-songwriter, but I'm fascinated by what this song, becoming an anthem, has done for you. Has it changed the way you? Has it changed you? Has it made you any different?
Hopefully not. The song, within a few weeks of writing it, some local singers, a group of 30 of them called the Cape Cornwall Singers, they started singing it and recorded it. And it became quite well known among the singers and local male voice choirs and, well, ladies choirs. It became well known even back then in the late 90s, early 2000s. But it was only through lockdown that it really took off to the general public.
Uh-huh.
That, and I forgot, there's another band, funerals. And a lot of people now have come my home at their funeral. I never thought
Right,
it was a funeral song. There are
right,
a few that have it at their weddings too, but
right.
I don't know. It just kind of took off, and it's absolutely wonderful. Then, of course, the Fisherman's Friends they used it in their film, and well, the rest really is history. And it affected me a little monetarily. Monetarily, I do get royalties from it now, where I never
Uh-huh.
used to. And here locally, I hardly ever buy a beer. But apart from that, hopefully I've not changed that much. I don't, you know, I still live the same sort of life. I still live in the same cottage, and yeah,
Right. You didn't go out and buy a Sunseeker boat and a private jet
I never
on the
will do
strength
that
of your
anyway.
song.
That's not me.
No, no. So
I
you've retained your own dignity, if you like, your own yourself.
I've,
Harry that was Harry 20 years ago would be Harry we got now.
yeah, absolutely. Literally an hour ago, I had friends here for coffee, and we see each other quite often. And we've been friends. We were talking about it. We've been friends for 58 years.
Wow.
My wife and his wife, I've been friends for 60 years. So things haven't changed, you know what I mean? He's
Right.
also a singer songwriter, and he's good too. Just at the end, you know.
Can can you remember though, when the song started to take off, like when the Friends recorded it and had it on their, it was their second film, wasn't it, where it was used?
Yeah.
Then it would have gone worldwide, wouldn't it? So, what was the feeling like for you when that happened? What was happening?
I don't know. I just felt so lucky. I suppose, if anything, I just felt so proud. Um, I mean, because the song is written about anybody who loves Cornwall, and I never realised that there were so many other people who loved Cornwall as much as I did.
Oh, right, right,
You know,
right.
the song was written because of the Cape Cornwall singers, really, because they sang another song of mine to start with.
Uh-huh.
because I heard them singing, and these 30 men together all singing one of your songs. Was just that really makes the heart pound.
Yes.
You hear that live for the first time, stand there and see these men doing this. And because they were called the Cape Cornwall Singers, I wrote the song, and I stood on Cape
You
Cornwall.
stood on Cape Cornwall. Yes,
And
yes.
so, it was kind of written for them in the beginning.
Yeah.
At all.
Harry, when I get this video up onto YouTube eventually, because I'm putting together a YouTube channel for some of my chat,
All right.
I'm going to try and put the song on alongside it.
So if you're singing it.
Yeah. Well, I sent you a recording, didn't I, from Tenerife? So perhaps we can use that, and people can listen to the song if they don't already know it. Um, but yeah, I stood on Cape Cornwall. Yeah, the first line. So that's where that's from. Yes, it's lovely, and so it didn't really change you in as much as it didn't go to your head, did it?
No, no, I'm not that sort of person. I don't think. Yeah, we all have little bits of boastfulness, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife keeps saying, "Why don't you keep yourself out of the conversation now and then?"
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
quite often, yeah, she's right. I do like talking about myself, but then I always have.
Yeah.
Um,
But you can't stop this, can you? You can't stop somebody who sees you in a pub or something, or in a restaurant or something, and who you may not know, who just wants to come up and say, are you the guy who wrote that song? Oh, thank you, and they'll give you all these lovely comments,
it is.
confidences that you can't stop that.
No, it's wonderful. It's sometimes embarrassing, but it's wonderful.
Yeah,
But I know I'm no better than anybody else. I just happen to string the right words together.
yeah.
Right tune. I mean, I didn't sit down to write by its song. I didn't. I just sat down and wrote what I felt at the time.
Mm.
And
Because you were writing songs anyway. You had
oh,
been singer-songwriter for a long time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've written lots and lots of songs, and several of them are being sung by other people. I mean, the royalties I get from about 5 or 6 songs.
Okay.
My
Right.
one's not the only one, but that's the one that's really taken off. And that,
Right.
again, another part of that was because of COVID.
Yeah. Briefly before you mentioned the fact that during COVID it sort of took off big time, didn't it?
With the general public, because on a Thursday, everybody used to step outside their door here in Cornwall
Yeah.
and clap for the prime workers, the nurses, the firemen, the policemen, people like that. And we'd all go out and give them a clap on a Thursday. And somebody got in touch with me, a girl from then at Penryn, Shelley, she was called, and she got in touch with me and she said, could we use Cornwall My Home and play it, during for that time we're doing the clapping. And I said, yeah, sure. And she said, well, where can I get it recorded? So I got fact of a friend of mine, good old boy, Will Keating. And Will said, I won't record, I'll film it each week from the balcony of his house. Him and his daughter sang it. And it just went viral. Every Thursday, people were putting speakers on the street. And
Wow.
when we were allowed out a little, isolated way, Will and myself went around to a couple of the villages to meet the people who were singing it. And it's just fantastic.
Oh, wow.
And Will sang it
Wonderful.
live, and of course, wherever we were.
Right. So for all the COVID problems, it was a great time for kind of connection. For myself, I started doing Facebook live streams during COVID, which I would never ever have dreamt of doing. And I found that uh, I was reaching people in so many different countries that I would never have reached. And I was singing some of my own songs. I was dedicating some of my performances to just my own songs, which I would never have done. Never had the chance to get them out there. And so, yeah. What did you say about an ill wind earlier on?
Went about and another sort of thing from that. I did the same as you, but again because of Will Keating. Will was doing live streaming. Another friend of mine, Steve Winchester, was doing live streaming. And Will said to me, "Why don't you do a live stream? You know, if you do it for 15 minutes or something like that." And so I don't know if you have, I mean, it's obvious. I don't know if anybody notices, but I'm a laryngeectomy, so I got to press a button in my throat to speak. But I do have a little thing like this. It's called a hands free, and I can put that in, which allows me to sing.
Oh, wow.
I can't speak with that actually, but speaking is not so easy as singing.
All
With the
right.
rhythm of singing, you get the breathing right. It's much easier to use it for singing than talking.
Wow. And this is after you've had a was it a throat cancer or something you had?
Luckily, cancer of the vocal cords.
Ah,
And I had to have my vocal cords removed, which is not very good for I was at the time, I had my own tour guide business. So as a tour guide, that wasn't very good. And also as a singer, you know, I was singing around the pubs and clubs here. So it really stopped my life for a time there.
wow.
But for that, I did that live stream. I started sitting here practicing and practicing and practicing for a week or two beforehand. I ended up doing an hour
An
on the
hour.
and an hour on the live stream, and I just loved it. And since then, I'm back doing concerts again.
Wow.
Um, you know, so it's made my life so much better.
Yes, of
Just
course.
having that little thing.
Yeah, incredible. Isn't it incredible what they can do?
Yeah, it is
Incredible.
absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. So when did you have you always been a singer or entertainer or a singer-songwriter?
I've always been an entertainer, even as a kid. Anybody will tell you that. Yeah, and I started out really writing dialect poetry, especially humorous first, you know. And my aunt here over was a member of the Women's Institute. Because of family dues, they would get me to do this. And she said, "Will you come to the institute and do some of the cleaner ones?" Well, I did, and a couple of times I went to their women's institute because they enjoyed it. And one of the women at the institute was the president of the Cornish Association, the Cornish Women's Institute Association. So I ended up going all over the place doing this. And after a while, I used to take the guitar along and sing and throw a song or two in as well.
Mm,
And then I started writing songs as well. So it's funny how things grow.
yeah,
And from there,
yeah.
well, that was it. I was all over the place.
Fantastic. So, yeah, what's music? Um, what's music given you then in your?
For everything. It's given me everything. Um, yeah, I've always had music. Even from a kid, my father was a very good singer. Sadly, the singing didn't do him any good because he was also a drinker.
Uh,
He walked into a pub and he started singing. People would buy his beer and end up carrying him home, you know. But sadly, he died at 38.
oof,
Um,
my word.
and my mother sadly was left with eight of us. I was the eldest at 14. And my younger brother was just, well, just over 1 year old, than it. So my mother brought eight of us up and kept us all out of prison.
Wow,
So you can
what
have
a
better than
lady.
that, can you?
Incredible. So there's music in the family, and you just carried it on, and then
Well, I think so, yeah.
brilliant. Yes, yeah. We were talking the other day about um, the sort of the effects of music on people in general, and how it can be music can be a healer to so many people as well. And I'm sure that your particular song um, has has helped a number of people that in Cornwall at various times. I just you can feel it in the song, and that must be something special for you.
Well, it really is something special, you're right. Yes. And especially when children take it on.
Yes.
and that's been so much so here now. The schools use it. A lot of schools
Interesting.
now, they sing it. I don't know, just that for me is the best of it because that means it'll go on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Do you know, it must be, it's so moving for you as well to listen to your song being sung by children.
it is. I don't know that makes that does turn your heart around.
Yes, yes, yes. I was thinking about your song actually, and I was thinking about the different ways it could be sung, such as the simplicity of the song and how melodious it is. You can have it sung. I was imagining Lee Marvin singing it, and then I was imagining it's being sung by a kind of more of an opera singer. It could actually be given an operatic feel. So the doors that this song can go through are just amazing. Do you know how many people have recorded it?
I have no idea. There are lots of people who've recorded it. I
I'm going to
mean,
try and find out. Actually, yeah, there's
yeah, yeah,
probably a way you can find out.
maybe I don't know, but there's lots I know, even just locally here, people have recorded it.
Mm,
A lot of people record it because of just for charity and things like that. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't I don't know. In fact, it's only since really the Fisherman's Friends that I've even bothered with royalties, and I didn't really bother with that came automatically, if you know what I mean.
Yes, yes. The Fisherman's Friend was the first version I heard of your song,
Yeah,
and for that, for me to hear it, I have to thank Beverly Rogers, Dave Rogers' wife Beverly, who wanted me to learn it to sing specially for Dave at an event, and which is what I did. And because I'd learned it, when somebody asked for it in the restaurant here only a few months ago, I was able to play it and feel it. And so that's how she came to record it, send it to you, and then all of a sudden we're chatting away, and I meet the songwriter. It's
well,
fantastic. But I mean, going back to just listening to your song being sung by a big choir or by children, um, that will give you such a thrill, such a thrill. Yeah.
another wonderful thrill was there just before Christmas. The cathedral choir at Truro sang it in a totally different way,
Wow.
and that was a blow me away sort of
Yes.
revelation to
Yes.
hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had people do it. They did it a punk version of it. A friend of mine, a chap I know, does it like that. It's been a rock and roll version of it.
Oh, goodness
People,
gracious.
people,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and people say to me, "Oh, they've ruined your song." No, they've not. They've interpreted it their way, and
Yeah. That's right.
it's fine with me.
Yeah.
When I was playing, I ruined everybody's bloody songs. It wasn't, why shouldn't somebody ruin mine?
Yeah. 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 That's right.
And as a musician, you know yourself. You interpret the song for yourself.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yes.
I remember years ago I played with a blues band, and we were doing some Muddy Waters song, Mojo Working or something like that. And he said, Mojo, Muddy Waters doesn't do it like that. I said, if I could play with Muddy Waters, do you think I'd be here playing with you silly buggers?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You got to do what you can do the best you can. That's it, with
That's
respect.
right. And yeah, the nice thing was that because I'd played it for Dave and Beverly, and I'd seen Dave's reaction to it, I could then I could then perform the song with feeling because I'm not a Cornishman. I couldn't really feel. When I first learnt the song, it was a lovely song to sing. It's got a lovely melody. The words are lovely. I've been to some of the places that you mentioned, and um, but if you're not, I didn't sort of feel it. But once I'd played it and watched the feeling it created in Dave, for example, I was then
Yeah.
I was then capable of singing the song with that feeling, his feeling. So
I do
and
it.
that's a really nice thing to do because to feel a song for me is great. There's so many songs that we cover, but there are certain songs you know, which you can add some feeling to, and that's a really that as you say, it gives a real thrill to perform it like that, and for you to listen, it's great. And thanks for your compliment, by the way, about my
No,
performances.
no, I'm genuinely, and I mean seriously, looking at you in the eye. That was, it blew me away when I heard it. I thought how
Oh,
well, how lovely that was done.
great, thanks so much.
For a
Thank you so much.
single voice and piano, it was just wonderful. It's
Yeah.
another totally different version, which I loved, and I do honestly, I do listen to it. So,
Great,
and
great. Well,
also,
I'm hoping other people can listen to it after they watch this.
yeah, that'd be
Um,
lovely.
Harry, thank you so much for joining me on the chat.
Not at all.
It's just a real pleasure, and keep writing the songs. Are you still writing? Do you still write much?
Yeah, I write the way I've always written, and that's I might write 5 songs in a couple of days, and then I'll write nothing for 3 years.
Right,
And
right, right.
I've always been like that. Yeah, something
Yeah.
inspires me, then I'll start, putting it down. But I had a funny one the other week. A chap rang me and asked me if I could do write a poem for a local center here, but the Mermaid Center. I thought he said. So I said, no, I don't do that. I'm sorry, I don't write for especially like that. So anyway, put the phone down, picked the computer up, and started writing, and I wrote a poem about the Mermaid Center. So next morning, I sent it to him on email or whatever, and he rang me. He said, Harry, he said, I love your poem, but I said Merlin Center, not Mermaid Center.
Nice one.
Uh, way things go, eh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Harry, I'm looking forward to my wife and I are coming down to Cornwall in June of this year,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm hoping we're going to meet up
I'm
and
certainly
share a
hoping
beer
so.
and continue our conversation
That would
in
be
person, which will
really
be
lovely.
lovely.
Yeah, I owe you a beer now.
I might owe you one
That's,
as well. So, listen, thank you for coming on the chat. It's really kind of you to give up your time, and I'm just hoping that everybody can listen to your song who's watching this. And you could always look it up, everybody, before I post it. Just go onto YouTube and tap in Cornwall My Home, and you'll get lots of different versions of the song. And
Is yours on
maybe
YouTube?
I'll be on there. I don't know. Maybe
Have you put yours on YouTube?
I haven't. No, I haven't
Um,
done that. No, but it might be on. It might be on fairly soon. Okay.
but
Thank you, Harry.
lovely to speak to you. Okay,
Okay.
well,
Cheers.
good day.
This is especially for a proud Cornishman called Harry Glasson, who wrote a song called Cornwall My Home. And I'm going to do my version of it for him specially. And we're going to send it on video. So Elaine's going to record it and play it on best behaviour. I stood on Cape Cornwall in the sun's evening glow, and you let you there to watch the fishing fleets go, watch the sheep we used to devour as they spun around, and heard the men singing as they go underground. And no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand. For this is my Eden, and I'm not alone. But this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. I've left childish footsteps in the soft sun sand, and I've chased the maids there, arcade and tan. I've stood on the cliff top in a westerly glow, and heard the wave thunder on the rocks far below. And no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand. For this is my Eden, and I'm not alone. But this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. First thing in the morning, one chapel can't break, to gaze at the sailings in the blue far away. For this is my Cornwall, and I'll tell you why. Because I was born here, and here I should die. And no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand. For this is my Eden, and I'm not alone. This is my Cornwall, and this is my home. And no one will ever move me from this land until the Lord calls me to sit at his hand. For this is my Eden, and I'm not alone. But this is my Cornwall, and this is my home. This is my Cornwall, and this is my home. Especially for Harry.